What's up guys, Ibrahimmer here with ANR Gaming, back again with another top 10 tips and tricks video. This time, however, it is for Black Desert Online Mobile, created by Pearl Abyss. This game just came out a few days ago. I've been playing it pretty hardcore, and these are the tips and tricks that I've gathered not only from myself, but from my friends that have been playing and the community at large, that help you out not only in the beginning, but as you progress your way through, and maybe even some at the top end. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. First one is going to be prioritize the main quest always. Basically, you want to do this because they never run out from what I've seen, and it's the most streamlined way to get through the game and get the most experience and the best rewards and level as quick as possible. So this is pretty important. It's also very easy to do with the system that they have here. You can basically auto everything essentially, since you can auto your combat. You can also just click on the little quest icon over on the top right, and it'll automatically bring you to wherever you need to go. So it makes things very, very easy and streamlined, which is very nice. Number 2, put stuff in storage for alts. So basically, we are lucky enough to have a game here that allows us to take equipment from one character and give it to another. Now, this does not work for weapons, but it works for everything else, so that is super important. So make sure that whenever you do start your alt, whether it just be for fun or to help gather resources and, you know, loop it back over to your main or anything like that, just make sure that you're utilizing that, because it'll save you a lot of time and a lot of money. Number 3, prioritize hiring as many workers as quickly as possible. This is important because your workers are basically what helps you keep everything going. You can quickly level up your town as long as you keep your workers constantly working. So it's very important to try to get as many of them as possible. And the stats that you typically want to focus on with your workers, which those of you who are new, you'll kind of get into the system and it gives you a nice little tutorial, but the stats that your workers have, you want to focus them more on dex, and then vitality, and then strength. That seems to yield the best results, so make sure you try to aim towards that. Number 4, this is an interesting one that I didn't even know about till someone told me about it, but chatting in the world actually takes up stamina. So make sure that you don't do that, because stamina is actually very important, and you want to make sure that you use it for all of the life skills, and make sure you get those up as quick as possible. And then once you do get those up to at least level 5, then you can go ahead and use that stamina on the Amity quests. So it's very important to do that. Just make sure that you don't waste your time in world chat. I'm sure it won't bring anything for you anyways. You can focus in guild chat, or go on the Discord or the subreddit, anything like that. So just make sure that you utilize that resource better. Number 5, always bid in the market. So there's a couple of things here for this. Market is, first of all, fantastic, so that's good. But first of all, for equipment, for those of you starting out, I recommend that once you get to level 15-ish or so, maybe even less, you can actually go ahead and buy some blue gear. I wouldn't recommend buying anything above blue gear, even though it might be tempting, but blue gear gives you a nice stat boost, and it doesn't cost that much money. Once you get to the next tier, it actually starts to cost a lot more money. It instantly goes up about 100,000 silver, so you don't want to waste those resources, so make sure that you stick with the blue gear. Next, the great thing about it is also that you can get things like Camp Plus, which makes you harvest and accomplish more things in camp, which is very important in this game. You can get Combat Plus, which helps out a lot, increases your weight capacity and loot and everything like that. And you can even get pets, which will really help you out. With the more pets you have, the higher you can tier them up, so you want to do that. Number 6, purchase all the crystals in town every single hour. So basically there's a crystal NPC vendor in town, and every single hour she refreshes her crystal stash. You want to go and pick those up every single time you can, because essentially you have a chance whenever you craft to get a gold crystal, and the only way that you can do that, since it's not guaranteed, is that you need to craft as much as you can. So in order to craft as much as you can, you want to have as many crystals as you can to increase your chances of doing it. So make sure that you purchase all the crystals that you can as often as you can. Number 7, build up your camp. Alright, so basically you just want to build up your camp as quickly as possible. This one's pretty simple. It helps out with crafting immensely, so you really want to get those up and working as fast as possible. This one kind of goes hand in hand with get as many workers going as possible. You always want something being worked on in the town, and you always want to get those resources going, and it'll really help out with your crafting, and that is very, very important in this game. Number 8. Utilizing Black Spirit mode. So this is kind of a little bit, it's not a cheat at all, but it's kind of a slight exploit. So basically what happens here is that you can actually use Black Spirit mode if you need to farm a particular area, but that area is a little too difficult for you. If you go to Black Spirit mode, you can actually go ahead and farm that area up, and it won't be taking away your resources like your potions and things like that. Because all of us know that whenever you're stuck in an area that you really can't beat that easily, you can really go through potions super quick. So instead, you can go to Black Spirit mode and just kind of set the game aside, come back to it later on, and then you'll be gravy. You don't have to worry about all those expended potions. Number 9, join a guild quickly. So in this game, you have access to guilds, just like so many other games, and even though you might not want to utilize a guild, or you don't like working with other people, whatever your excuse is, you really want to join a guild because you can get passive rewards from it. And any kind of rewards in this game is good, but you definitely want to go ahead and utilize these. So basically you just want to hop in a guild as quick as possible and make sure that you don't guild hop, because, by the way, guild hopping is a term used for leaving a guild and hopping into a new guild, and leaving a guild, hopping into a new guild, because basically it will block you out for a day as soon as you leave. So just to maximize your time, try to get into a low level guild even if you plan on not using it, and just kind of stick there and collect your rewards. Number 10. This one is pretty simple and pretty obvious, but it is important, and there's a lot of people that really don't pay attention to it. And that is, make sure you do your dailies, people. Your dailies are a very good thing to utilize in this game. You get lots of rewards from it, and they refresh every 24 hours, as the daily suggests. So make sure that you're taking care of that and that you just complete them. It's very easy to complete. It's not like a huge time crunch, so just make sure that you do it. Now, for those of you that have stuck around to the very end, I have a little bonus one for you. This one also might be a little obvious, but for those of you that haven't seen it or don't know if they should, you can link your account, at least for right now, I think it's for the next 100 days or something like that, with your Amazon Prime account. Do it. If you have an Amazon Prime account, link it, because you get lots of good stuff. So make sure that you go ahead and use that. They have so many different promotions going on right now because it is a new release, but that is a really good one that you want to focus on. So if you have Amazon Prime, or your parents have Amazon Prime or something like that, with their permission, of course, you can use it, or your friend or whoever. But yeah, I think that that is a very important thing to mention, because in case you were thinking it might not be worth it, it is. So that is it, everyone. We have made it to the very end. If there's anything that you found that really helped you out that you haven't heard on this list, if there's anything that you think shouldn't be on this list, then go ahead and put it in the comments section. I'd be glad to hear from you guys, as well as everyone else that's looking for extra tips and tricks. So that is about it. Make sure that you hit the bell and subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more updates from other mobile games and this one as well. And until next time, game on.